Our shoulders have an incredible design. They allow a huge range of movement in our arms and can transmit a lot of power. When they're working well, our arms feel light and mobile. We can use our arms and hands with speed, power and precision without fatigue, discomfort or pain. When they aren't working so well, our movements can become restricted, stiff and clumsy. Poorly coordinated shoulders are also very prone to injury, and trying to use our hands for work or other complex tasks such as playing music is very difficult if they're not supported properly. But can the Alexander technique help? I'm Pete Robinson from movementandposture.com. I'm a qualified Alexander technique teacher, and my goal is to share the benefits that Alexander technique can bring to your posture, movement, health and performance. I'll be releasing new videos each week, so subscribe, ding the notification bell so you don't miss out. In this video, I'm going to break down some of the problems we experience with our shoulders and give some Alexander technique solutions you can try out straight away. By the end of the video, you'll have some practical strategies to start improving how your shoulders work. The Alexander approach is always based on looking at the whole person. It's very difficult to make specific improvements to a body part without first addressing the general balance and coordination. I strongly recommend that you have a look at some of the other videos on this channel to get some idea on how to work on your general body use. I'll link to one above in case you've not seen it. Many of us become aware that our shoulders are often or always in a forward position. This is usually due to a poor seated posture and also a lack of body awareness when we're working on tasks in front of us. If you feel as though you need to improve your sitting posture, I've made a video all about that which I'll link to above. The problem with your shoulders being forwards is that the muscles in the front of the body become chronically shortened and the ones in the back become over-lengthened. The lengthened muscles at the back of the shoulders become very prone to aches and pains and also painful muscle spasms. If you're experiencing a muscle spasm now, I've learnt a fantastic technique with a tennis ball which provides instant relief. It's not Alexander technique, but I'll link to that above. The danger with noticing that there is an imbalance in the body, such as the shoulders being forwards, is that our instinctive reaction is usually to try and fix it straight away by doing the opposite thing. The problem here is that you've contracted muscles in your chest, pulling your shoulders forwards, and now you're contracting muscles in your upper back to pull the shoulders backwards. As both front and back are now tightened, all you've done is increase the tension and stiffness in the shoulders. This will very quickly become tiring or uncomfortable, and the shoulders will just return to the forward position. The Alexander technique solution is not just to fix the problem, but to stop it occurring in the first place. The thing that you are actively doing is shortening the muscles in the front of the shoulders. So our first priority should be to release this. When the shortened muscles release, the natural alignment and balance of muscle tone can return. There are many ways to work on releasing tension in the chest muscles. An Alexander technique teacher will often use their hands to encourage more awareness and release in their pupil. And you can use your own hands to bring awareness to this area. Try this. Sit or stand in balance. Let your weight be fully supported by the ground. Rest your palm across your collarbone and upper chest with the fingers pointing towards your shoulder. Bring your awareness to what's going on in the shoulder. Really listen with the hand. Notice the warmth of the hand on the shoulder, and at the same time think of the shoulder softening and releasing away from the centre of the chest. It's very subtle, but you'll notice more and more each time you do it. Then of course repeat this on the other side. Resist the urge to pull the shoulder backwards and just concentrate on increasing the awareness and keeping a clear decision to allow release to happen. By doing this, you're quietening down the overactive muscles by observing yourself and setting up a clear, conscious decision about what you want, thereby preventing the unhelpful habit of tightening the shoulders from happening. Try it for a few days and see whether you notice any changes. Having shoulders pulled up towards our ears or just held very stiffly is often associated with stress, tension and fear. The problem with holding excessive tension in our shoulders is that not only does it affect the arms, but it has a huge effect on the head, neck and back. Much of the focus of the Alexander technique is in allowing the natural organisation of the head, neck and back to return, as Alexander identified this as being the most important factor affecting the way our body works. A really good way to work on your shoulders is to start from a consideration of the head, neck and back. As I sit here in the chair, I can remind myself about leaving my neck free so that my head can balance, and leaving freedom and lengthening in my spine. If you're unfamiliar with these ideas, then check out my video called One Simple Alexander Tip, which I'll link above. With that quiet observation and simple instruction being given to the head, neck and back, you may already notice the shoulders start to release from their habitual position to a more natural alignment. You can also expand your awareness to take in the shoulders and just keep the simple idea that you want the shoulders to quieten down and release. The key here is that we're approaching the shoulders indirectly. We're focusing on developing the body awareness need to notice unhelpful tension and stopping our habits by keeping a simple idea about what we want to happen. We're turning off the autopilot and encouraging our shoulders to return to a more natural balance rather than aggressively stretching or pulling them into a position. Our arms should function as extensions of our back. There is a chain of muscles connecting from our fingertips all the way through our shoulders, back and down to the pelvis. It's this connection into our huge back muscles that gives our arms strength. Our arms aren't bolted on at the shoulders like a Lego man. The shoulder is there to enable movement and should not be used to fix the arms into a position. If you ever find your arms becoming tired or feeling heavy, it's likely that you're blocking the support from the back. Here's a really nice movement that you can use as an Alexander Technique activity to improve this. Sit in a chair and, as before, make sure that you're balanced and in good alignment. Let your hands hang by your sides and gently point your fingers towards the floor. Don't stiffen the fingers, but think of them uncurling. We're going to raise our fingers above our head, but the most important thing is that we're going to keep aware of what's going on in the whole of ourselves and not do anything to stiffen or compress ourselves. Slowly let the fingers lead one of your hands away from your lower back, thinking about the connection from the fingertip through the shoulder, right down the back and into the pelvis. We're making a really conscious movement and sticking to our decision not to stiffen up anywhere. Only take your hand as high as is comfortable for you. If your shoulders are tight, it may take a while to recover the full range of motion. Now let the fingers lead your hand back down while you keep the same awareness of your whole self. Then try it on the other side. Or if you feel like you can focus, try both of them together. Remember to keep being aware of the whole of yourself. Don't get too caught up in the actual movement that you're making. The key points are not to let the arm movement disturb the balance and freedom in your body. To make a conscious connection from the fingertip back through the shoulder and into the back, and to keep quietly observing yourself. Doing an activity like this is a really effective way of breaking long-standing habits of poor coordination and tension. Try it for a few days and see what you notice. Well, there are 3 ways of working on your shoulders. As you can see, the Alexander Technique approach is quite different from other disciplines. Drop me a comment below to let me know what you think, or if you have any questions. Also, if there are any other topics you'd like me to cover in these videos, feel free to ask. I'm here to help. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you found this useful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Bye for now.